Today, we're going to be making Mary Todd Lincoln's almond cake. Well, hello there, Pear Peeps. Marianne Donnelly here from Panic D Paranormal History with another haunted history recipe. Today, as I said, we're going to be dealing with Mary Todd Lincoln's almond cake. Now, this is supposed to be one of Abraham Lincoln's favorite desserts, so I hope it's just delicious. But before we get into that, if you're into the paranormal, history, or forensics, then you're in the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and ding that little bell so you'll hear from us next time we post a new video. And you won't miss a thing. In this video today, we're going to do things just a hair different. Normally we just tell you about the history and how it's related to the place, but this time we've actually been to Springfield. So we've been to Mary Todd Lincoln's kitchen. So in this one, we're going to be showing you a few pictures of Mary Todd Lincoln's kitchen too, where she probably made this very dessert for Abraham Lincoln on many an occasion. So what are we going to need for this recipe? All right, so for the cake portion, you're going to need sugar and butter, vanilla, flour, baking powder, egg whites, and we'll get to that in just a minute, milk, and almonds. So just so you know, all of the amounts and the ingredient list in the recipe is going to be linked down below in the description. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare my egg whites. So I'm going to go ahead and just crack my eggs and separate them. Separated, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to beat them until stiff peaks. Should be about 7 minutes. And I have beaten my egg whites until I formed some peaks here. I don't think it took me quite as long as it said in the directions. I don't think it took me quite 7 minutes. But then again, Mary Todd was probably beating it by hand. I have a mixer. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my almonds and I'm going to take them from being sliced to being finely chopped. We're going to cream together the sugar, the butter, and the vanilla. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to cheat. since I'm going to be mixing all these things back together, I am not going to clean my beaters first. Shh, don't tell Mary. So there's my sugar. Butter. Those items creamed together. Now I'm going to mix together my flour and my baking powder. I'm just going to do that right in the same bowl. Now I'm just going to take that flour mixture and I'm going to mix it in with my creamed mixture alternately with milk. Now that I have the batter all mixed up, which by the way, it's very thick. Probably why they have me beat those eggs so long. I'm going to go ahead and add in those almonds now. And finally, I'm going to fold in those eggs that we beat. Look, my peaks are still there. This is definitely lightening this up a lot. Now it's just time to put these into the pans. Now she did ask that they be greased and floured, but since I'm going to be using some nonstick pans, I'm just going to go ahead and spray them. I'm going to cheat a little bit there too. Now that I have my pans all ready, I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half, basically pour half into each of my pans. Now that I have my batter separated into two pans, I'm going to put those in the oven for about 28 minutes at 375. Cakes are done. I'm just going to let them sit here and cool for a while, and then we'll make the icing. All right, our cakes are cooled, so now it's time to make that icing. Here's the ingredients you're going to need for the icing. Sugar, water, cream of tartar, some salt, 2 egg whites, so we'll be separating those again, and some vanilla extract. Just real quick, in the recipe, it actually calls for a dash of salt. So that's about 1/8 of a teaspoon. I've got my eggs separated, and so now I'm just going to mix the ingredients that have to boil together. So I'm going to put in my sugar. And my water. My cream of tartar. And my salt. All right, so now I'm going to take this over to the stove and I'm going to heat it to boiling. After we get this to come to a boil, we'll go ahead and we'll add this to the eggs over there, the egg whites, and then we'll beat that in, and then we'll also add in the vanilla. Now that we're over here, we're going to go ahead and while we are pouring this in, we're going to start mixing our eggs. We're going to be beating it constantly. Making the icing. It's not very thick. It's definitely an icing and not a frosting. It did say to do this until stiff peaks have formed, and it should be 7 minutes. I've done it for about 15 and it's still not making any peaks, but it is much thicker than it started out as. So we're just going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to use, first of all, my red dish to put the cakes on. When I got married, I got this 1-serving red dish set, and you're supposed to use this for special occasions, for that special someone visiting, something that somebody, your husband or your wife, or someday your kids would get some special achievement that day. Well, what better than to have the Lincolns come than to have a special day? So we're going to do this. And then what you do is you write down those red letter days into a red journal. So I'm just going to have to put this one in there too. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my cakes, and hopefully they come nicely out of the pan. Nice. Put the one down. Then I'm going to put a little bit of this icing on. Spread that around a bit. One more. Then I'll put that second layer on top of that. I think this time I'm going to put it flat side down. Trying really hard to slide. I'm going to cover it with the rest of the icing. Alright, well, that's it. There's Mary Todd's almond cake. I'm gonna go ahead and let this firm up a little bit, and then we're gonna give it a taste test. So until next time, thanks for watching, and happy hunting.
Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting!